Should you charge high ticket or low ticket online as a coach getting started? I've heard high ticket coaches that have bashed people really that charge low ticket for their services. And equally, I've heard low ticket gurus bashing high ticket coaches charging high ticket. What do you do? What's the best way forward? Now, I wanted to share my approach at the end of what I do. But before then, I want to just look into what is high ticket, what is low ticket, and what are the myths behind two of them in terms of selling coaching services online. Okay. So low ticket, I would say anything below $1,000, and the high ticket is anything above $1,500. Then you have this kind of middle range area of no man's land. I'm not even sure what to class it, kind of a mid-range level. Now, really low ticket is like $397, $297, and below $97 for, masterclasses, it's $47, $27, all of the things, right? And even $7, okay? That's like really low ticket. And then obviously you have mid-range around that area. But we're talking really low ticket and high ticket above 2,000. What's the difference between the two, and where should you be charging, especially as a new coach coming on board in the online space? So let's start with low ticket. Now, the myth around low ticket is that low ticket is easier to sell. Low ticket coaching is easier to sell. Now, I'm going to be using my own example from this as well, because organically, that is a big myth. It is not accurate to suggest that because it's a low ticket, it's easier to sell coaching services. No, organically, it's the same effort. So depending on what the price range is, and with low ticket, you've got to really be mindful of the price range, and you've got to really be mindful of who you're selling it to. So is it a warm audience? Is it a cold audience? Is it a lookalike audience? What's the audience? If it's completely fresh cold, it's the same labor, really and truly, in you promoting your thing and getting out there as it is a high ticket, as it is a low ticket. So it's a big myth just to think it's easy to sell low ticket. It's actually not, because there's so many things around that. If you're doing like a webinar, for example, and maybe like same two people doing webinar, one is charging 2,000 and one is charging 200, like it's going to be, depending on obviously what, if the offer is exactly the same, depending on the people in the room is what you're going to find is the response to that offer. Because some people will look at that and say, well, it's too cheap. And that's why you got to convince me why I should pay 200 because it's too low. And I've had my clients tell me exactly that. They've had clients who said, I can't invest that low because I value you. Selling it at certain levels depends really on who you are selling it to and what the offer actually is. That's a big thing you need to really understand about low ticket and high ticket. Okay, so that's number one. Number two myth around it is low ticket is less quality. Now, I don't know about you, if you've been on Facebook and you've kind of grabbed a low ticket product and bought one and you found like this is not really going to help me. Some people have put together things and put a bad name around low ticket products, but actually there are some low ticket products that are very, very, very good quality. And actually you get to set the pace. You set the pace of what the quality looks like for that low ticket service or product. So if you're charging coaching services, like you show up as the coach that you are. Now, there is a thing about, obviously if you are going to invest your time in somebody and you're coaching them every week, hour on the hour, and you're only charging, let's say, $300, will you be giving the best quality at that level? Because here's what will happen. If you are charging at that low level, what will happen is you're going to always be scraping for clients and you're never going to have enough time and headspace to be able to really think about creative things about your business, grow your business, really, because you're always going to be hustling on the hamster wheel of getting clients, okay? So the key thing to note here, though, is that it's not necessarily true that low ticket is less quality. In fact, it's not true depending on who you are, what the product is. So there's a lot around the actual product. I want to share another video around what products I have, low and high ticket, that will help you with this as well. Okay. Another myth is low ticket is more affordable for my audience. Now, I talk to a lot of Christian women, y'all. And my Christian ladies who love to help people, have a heart of service, God bless you all, want to help the masses. And they assume that it is humble and it's noble to charge a low ticket so that their audience can afford it. But here's the truth of what I said in the last point, is that you're going to be on this hamster wheel all the time. And what you'll find is, even unfortunately, people are not necessarily going to buy buying to your service because it's low. Some people are just out for freebies and that's it. They don't want to invest in nothing. They want to just free ride for everything. And you're going to find yourself, even though it's really low. Like I remember, guys, like when I first was starting out, and you're probably going to know what I'm going to say here later on. But when I was first starting out online, I had a $47 membership that I was trying to sell organically myself. Like I was doing all the things. I was talking to people. I was doing all these things. And I had a lady try to price me down. I was offering weekly coaching, telling myself that, oh yeah, it's I'm new to the marketplace, so it's okay to charge that, just to get myself going. Like the woman she tried to price me down. So it is not, trust me, ladies and gents, if you're watching, right? There are people out there that always want a discount, that always want a free ride. Okay, so you're gonna really, the key thing here is making sure you're attracting the right person. This is really, really big online. So there are different personas, buying personas, and those buying personas are going to show up depending on how you show up, right? So if you show up like kind of looking desperate almost, it's going to backfire on you big time, because they're going to be like, well, actually, let me try I see if I can get a discount with this person because she wants the money, she needs the money, right? Rather than sticking to your guns and having a service of quality mindset that delivers. I hope that makes sense, right? So low ticket is not necessarily more affordable for your audience, and you've chosen, here's the thing, maybe you have chosen the wrong audience. Something to think about, okay? Now, on the high ticket side of things, I've heard people say that not necessarily true is I can't charge high ticket when I'm starting out. That was me, and it's a massive myth. When I was first starting out, I was like, I can't charge that amount of money because, I haven't had a client yet, or I haven't had results yet, or I haven't had this. Listen, I had at the time, probably 6 or 7 years of marketing behind me when I was coming into the coaching world. So before I became an actual coach, a trainer, educator online, I was growing my business and I already had a marketing business, right? I was using a scarcity mentality to say, oh, I can't charge because as a new coach right now, I'm not sure I can get the results of people. Whereas I knew I've got lots of results of people being a business owner and already helping people in my marketing already in my Facebook ads, right? So my point here is that if you are an expert in your field, and you move from that expertise in your corporate job or whatever it is, and you move on as a coach online, you still own that expertise. And that expertise is still worthy of a reward at a high level. So don't snuff of what you have been given. Don't snuff. And even here, my kingdom women out there, ladies, those of you that, you use scripture and you use Bible references, it is okay to charge on a high level because, yes, the Bible is free, but the insight, the revelation, the experience you had cost you. And that cost you. And if you're giving someone a transformation from A to B, the Bible says the laborer deserves his wages, y'all. So you need to put a price on that you do not undercharge, okay? Next up, I hear my people can't afford my prices at that level. So I've come across people that have said, you know what, I have an audience of people and my people just can't afford me. They always tell me it's too high. You need to firstly look at the market that you're in. You need to do your research in the market. If people that do what you do are charging more than what you're charging or around the same level about what you're charging, and there's a market for them, that means there's a market for you. The market decides the price. So if people are already buying into that transformation and you offer that transformation, then it is a lie to suggest that people won't pay you. It's the people you are in front of that won't pay you, which means you are speaking to the wrong people. Again, different buying personas. People who want freebies or people who think that 1,000 is expensive, 2,000 is expensive. They don't value the transformation. They don't understand the depth of the transformation that you're giving. When you have taken someone from A to B transformation, whether it might be losing weight, whether it might be mindset transformation, whether it might be going to help them to get more business or be more visible online, you are helping them to really empower their lives and be better at what they do for the long haul, not just for that season, for the long haul. Wisdom, knowledge you're giving them is worth that. Don't look down on yourself and don't charge less than what you know you are worth, okay? Another myth I've heard is that people are not buying high ticket because of the cost of living crisis. Have you heard that one yet? People are not buying because of the cost of living crisis. That is a huge, big, fat lie. Let me just let you know that, right? There are people on this planet that the so-called cost of living crisis doesn't affect them at all. It depends on who your avatar is. If you are, what happens is, when it comes to pricing and money, right? What happens is that we put on the persona of, we carry the persona of our clients in our own mind as ourselves. So basically, we see our clients like we see ourselves. So for example, you think 5K is a lot for coaching, right? If you think that, then you're going to think that your clients think that as well, which is not the case. There are people out there that 5K is like $5, like it's so nothing. It's like it's a non-starter. And so the key thing here is to really be able to choose the right ideal client for your transformation. This is a big thing. People are you're not choosing the right ideal client. So who's your ideal client? The ideal client must value, be willing and able to pay for your services. And if they're not your ideal client, stop wasting time on the wrong people. So you need to go find your people who are willing, able, happy to pay for your transformation. It's simple as that, okay? So what needs to happen in that area is to shift to the right person. All right. I hope that helps you. Now, just want to share what I do. So I currently have a high ticket offer and low ticket offers. Okay. And so low ticket offer, I have a membership as low as $7. Yes, indeed. And I have coaching as high as $20,000. Okay. So I have a broad range, but it's all along the same transformation, but at different levels of transformation. So my 20K, 15K, 5K, you get more access to me. You get some of it, the work done for you is included in that as well. You just get a higher level of service, right? Because obviously you're paying at a higher level, okay? And when it comes to the lower ticket, you still get a really good quality service, but people will tell you. But the thing is, it's just access is different. And so when it comes to access, I'm not as accessible in the lower ticket product, but I'm very much for the women's wins in those low tickets. But it's just that I can spend much more time with a few people who are willing, able, and happy to invest at a higher level for that transformation. Does that make sense? Okay. And so why I do that is because I believe very much in automating business. Okay. I share a lot about the cash flow quadrant, and the B is the real business owner has systems in place. And so its systems in place require for you to have a system or a sales vehicle that will cause people to easily come into your funnel. And I found that this is a very good model to really let people see a taster of what I can offer them and help them with the mindset and the basic things at the foundation levels of their desire. And not everybody, some people will stay at that level, and that's fine. They get wins. I've had clients in my low ticket membership land 3K clients. It works. It's not low quality. It works really, really, really well. And so what I found though is that some people need to actually move along that journey and get more access and more personalized help that will get them the transformation quicker because of the person that they are. I automate the sales through ads, through other ways, and it's sales automation at the lower end. But the lower end brings people into my world, my community. They get to know me. They get to experience what paying something with me looks like. They get to experience a higher level, even at a low price. And from there, some of those people would want to actually have more access and more personalized help. They would pay slightly more. Okay. I hope that helps you. And I would suggest if you are starting out, do not start at the low end. Start with a high ticket. Why? It gives you more capacity, gives you more brain power, gives you more freedom to be able to now start systemizing your business and do this. So I did start at a low ticket. I completely would never recommend it to anybody ever again. Big mistake. And then I shifted to higher ticket, and now I'm able to restructure my business in a way that can serve at a lower level without me being so present for the actual sales funnel and the sales process at the lower end, right? But again, my members will tell you, my people will tell you that I'm very present in all my programs to help and support the women there because my heart is to win. And so the really thing is, as long as you have a heart to win, you will serve a high quality at every single level. And remember, God is watching you. So don't want to really kind of stuff at people because it's a low ticket program. Not at all. I would say a low ticket and a high quality of service, and a high ticket and an even higher quality of service. The Bible says this: see a man, right, who excels in his work. He will stand before kings, not unknown men. He will stand before men who are well-known, well-to-do. So I encourage you, whatever level you want to start at, always deliver at the highest level. So whatever price you want to charge, deliver and serve at the highest level, and it will speak for you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.